Going over articles here for the Detroit Lions and the Lions News and Rumors. We're going to talk about Bradrick Martin needing to step up. That's going to be important for the Detroit Lions. The concern level for the Lions defense, each positional group. We're going to go through the concern level and give you my thoughts on that. Salary cap expert shocked about the Jared Goff contract. We'll talk about that. Should he be shocked? Special teams coordinator coming up with ideas with the new special teams rule. Can't wait to talk about that. That's going to be intriguing and how the NFL will work with this one. And Marcus Davenport, could he be a player that could have a bounce-back year? Well, one analyst believes so. Let's go. Go ahead and smash that like button. It definitely does help out. Let's get to 200 likes in this video. One like is better than not having another one like. Let's get into the first article here. Bradrick Martin is a player that needs to be stepping up. That's what the Free Press is talking about here, and I totally understand, and I agree about 3/4 of this article here. Look, Bradrick Martin didn't do anything last year. He basically was on the sideline the whole time. He was a little bit out of shape, and we traded up to get him last year. And so there was some sort of expectations for him. Now, in all honesty, I didn't have a lot of expectations for Broderic Martin last year, and it kind of showed. But this offseason, he got in shape. He lost weight. He's eating healthy. He's strong, more physical. He needs to improve from last year. Even though it's 3 years, I give a player 3 years, I do think that there is somewhat of an urgency now for him. He understands the work ethic that's required to be a defensive tackle in football after being with the Lions for years as a rookie. So that's why he upped his off-season to make sure he's in better physical and top shape. So he understands it, but I think there needs to be something shown. He's got to show some sort of improvement in year 2. But I would say the pivotal year is year 3 for Broderick Martin. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think that he needs to have a better year in 2024? Let's get into this next article here talking about Jared Goff getting his contract, and salary cap expert really kind of shocked a little bit that he got as much as he did. He says, any way you slice it, it is a tippy-top NFL contract, and you lose your margin of error, Fitzgerald said. What becomes the underdog story kind of becomes you're having some difficulty. It's going to be looked at a very negative by the press. It's going to be looked very negative from the fan base because your expectations grow exponentially when your salary reaches these levels. So I was a little surprised. I didn't expect him to get there. I thought he'd go from about the Kirk Cousins, $45 million a year. I'm going to tell you why this is actually incorrect here. Not a lot of people besides Bears fans knocked the Lions contract. Everybody that I've seen it does, yeah, it's high, but kind of deserved it, myself included. I don't think it's regarded as negative at all. And if you're talking about $45 million, what Kirk got, Kirk also ripped and had surgery, and he's also 35 years old, going to a different team. So he hasn't been to a Super Bowl. Jared Goff's been to an NFC Championship and a Super Bowl, and he put up ridiculous numbers, and he didn't have a surgery. And he was all the way through the season, so he's going to get more than Kirk Cousins. He's better than Kirk Cousins, in my opinion, for sure. And if you want to know somebody to be mad at about contracts, it's not Jared Goff. It's not Kirk Cousins. It's not anybody you think. It is who? Daniel Jones from the New York Giants. That screwed it up for everybody. He got around $45 million, and he's a garbage quarterback. So when you get a garbage quarterback getting that type of boatload of money, of course the Jared Goffs of the world are going to want to take something much farther. He is better than Daniel Jones. And am happy they got the contract done now because contracts always get bigger and bigger for the quarterback. So right now he's ranked number 2. Give it a couple months and maybe he's ranked 7 because that's just how the NFL works. So is it going to affect him like Fitzgerald says here? No, not this year, not next year. Right now, the following year. So what's the big deal, right? It is what it is. We got a quarterback. He put up top 5 stats. I'm not going to whine and complain that he got a big boatload of contract. As long as we can bring in our own team, as long as we can re-sign our own guys, I could care less. I just want the main part of this team to be in the roster and be good to go. Where do you think about Lions quarterback Jared Goff's contract. Do you think it's way too high? Do you think it's high? Do you think it's just right? Do you think it's low? Let us know in the comments below. Next article here is talking about concern level for the Lions defense. We talked about the Lions offense, I think it was yesterday, so let's do the concern level of the defense here. This says medium for interior defensive linemen. I concur. I think a medium is a nice spot. Now, I'm not worried about Lee McNeil or DJ Reader. Those are good to go. It's more the backup role. Can Bradrick Martin step up? That's a little bit of question there. We don't really know. Makai Wingo, can he step up a little bit more? So it's more of the backups on the interior defensive line instead of really worrying about these starters. So I'm not worried about Lee McNeil or DJ Reader. That's why I agree with medium level right there. I think that's a nice spot. So I got a question for you. Where do you have the level for the interior defensive line for the Detroit Lions level of concern? Low, medium, high? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Let's continue on here with the next one. They have high for edge rushers. I 100% concur here. I think it's a higher concern because we don't know the opposite of Aiden Hutchinson. We know what he can do, but you bring in Marcus Davenport. Can he have a bounce back year? One guy thinks so, and we're going to talk about in a minute, but he didn't do anything in Minnesota last year due to injury, and he haven't done a whole lot in New Orleans. Joshua Pascal, can he step up? John Kaminsky had a down year last year, right? We got Betts. What can he do? So there is concern level on that edge position, a legit concern level. And I agree for it to be high. Now, hopefully Davenport can fill it, but we don't really know until we see in training camp, and then we see it in the preseason. So what is your concern level for edge rushers? I agree with high. Let us know. Here, linebackers, no concern level. Yeah, I'm perfectly fine to say there's no concern there. Alex Anzalone, Derek Barnes, Jack Campbell, Malcolm Rodriguez, they're good. Jalen Reeves-Maben, a good backup role and special teamer. So we're good at that position. I agree, none. Cornerbacks, medium. And the only reason I'm going to agree with this is because we haven't seen training camp yet. All honesty, I'm not concerned. I think the medium, if you're going to say medium here, is the hype actually going to be what we see? Can these guys gel quickly? You know, those are the two questions that I have for the cornerback position. I guess three. Will Emmanuel Mosley even play? So, and that's just a backup of the backup right as of right now. So I put cornerbacks. I would change it to low. I think we really did a good job there, but maybe they just want to know how long it gels. I get that. Safety, medium. I would say low as well. I like Ifutu Melifonwu, Kirby Joseph, Brian Branch. CJ Moore is special teams. I'm fine with that. And I actually believe in Ifutu Melifonwu. I don't need to see any more games for me to believe that this is his next step. It was his next step. He's taken a step forward. I'm not concerned about it. Brian Branch, Kirby Joseph, I'm not concerned. I mean, sometimes they're going to get beat, but a lot of positions, that ones I'm not too concerned about. So let me know your thoughts on what position you think is the most concerning. I think edge would come in there. So Lions are experimenting with new kickoff rule, and I just wanted to talk about this really quick because we have no idea how this is going to turn out. This is a big change for special teams, how teams are going to use specific players on special teams. Like who's going to do the kick return, how many big bodies are going to put out there. I think they're going to be going through all sorts of ideas to see what works best, and it's going to be a funky one. You know, we've been predominantly good on special teams throughout the Lions' history, so hopefully we can continue to do that, but something new, and we don't really know as of right now. We don't know. Can the special teams unit, still continue to be good with a completely new kickoff rule? So it's going to be intriguing. I can't wait to see in preseason how they do this. You know, a lot of teams are probably going to be trying different strategies in preseason just to see what fits the best and what works. And in training camp to come up with some good ideas. So, yeah, that's going to be funky to see. Can't wait to see in preseason how teams slowly adjust as the season goes along, too. You know, how they switch it up a little bit. What is your thoughts on the new kickoff rule? Do you like it? Do you do not like it? Do you think it's a good idea? Do you think it's a bad idea? Do you think it's a dumb idea? Blow up the comment section with your thoughts on this one. Now, Lions Wire has Jeff Risdon, and I love Jeff Risdon, so I'm super excited for him. He has Marcus Davenport tabbed as the Lions' top bounce back candidate for 2024, and I respect a lot from Jeff Risdon. He knows what he's talking about, and I truly hope this is the case. Boy, oh boy, look. If he is right and Marcus Davenport steps up and he's a significant contributor on that edge, it is going to be a huge deal for the Lions defense. Huge. It could be the difference between winning a Super Bowl and not. That one position. If Davenport really can come in here and be an impact player opposite of Aiden Hutchinson, this Lions defense could take the next step and to be greatness. Because if you're getting pressure opposite of Aiden, you're already getting pressure in the interior and Aiden. All these new players on the secondary are going to get turnovers. We're going to get sacks. Quarterbacks are going to make mistakes. If they got to throw the ball a little bit earlier, that's what happens. And then you win games in the turnover battle. And we got a lot of players in the secondary that loves to get interceptions and turn them into points and give the football back to this offense. We only had 41 sacks last year. That was booty cheeks. We need to have a significant uptick in sacks. Davenport, we hope, is the comeback player on this team. That would be epic. Even though he didn't play for the Lions last year, if he comes in, he makes an impact, the Lions very well could be hosting a Lombardi Trophy. That's how close this roster is. We just need to see what he can do in training camp, then in preseason, and then the regular season. Hopefully he can stay healthy, and then the Lions have chance to make legit noise. But, hey, maybe you think I'm cray-cray. Let me know in the comment section right now. Do you think he's going to have a breakout year? Also, subscribe, hit that like button. With that said, folks, adios.